Let's take a look at tonight's deck, which is Tatsunari Toad Rider. Like I was saying earlier, I really wanted to play some Brawl tonight, and it got me thinking, what's the one guy I would play? If I could play in Brawl, obviously the answer is LSL Core. But what's the second thing that I would play in Brawl if I had to just play something like goofy, super whack? Tatsunari Toad Rider, absolutely, the Battle Toad, baby. This is what we want to be playing tonight. In case you haven't read this card in forever, it's 3 mana for a 3/3. It's a legendary human ninja. It's in Sultai colors because of its activated ability. 1 and then a green-blue hybrid. And it and target frog you control can't be blocked this turn except by creatures with flying or reach. What are you talking about frogs I control? Why do I care about frogs? Well, because whenever you cast an enchantment spell, that's right, Plain Enchantress, Frog Chantress. If you don't control a legendary creature named Kimi, create Kimi, a legendary 3/3 black and green frog creature token with whenever you cast an enchantment spell, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. That's the thing I'm interested in right there. I love me some drains, man. We started 25 or something in Brawl. I don't even know that much about the format. I just wanted to play it. But I do love me some drains, even if they take all day to get. But we only have like 18 enchantments in this deck, so I'm pretty sure it's nearly impossible to actually win off of drains alone. So it's nice that we have this ability to get in for effectively 6, so long as they don't have flying or reach guys. We can get in pretty easily with this thing and the frog. So Tatsunari and Kimi hopefully doing some work tonight. Now we do again have a deck somewhat stacked with enchantments, but as I was telling chat just before we press record on the YouTube portion of this video, hello YouTube, what's going on? As I was telling them, like, if we don't have access to white mana, which kind of sucks when you're building an enchantments deck in Brawl, right? We don't have things like Catilda. We don't have Zur as our commanders, so we can't play Borrowed Time, Hallowed Haunting, Ossification, a ton of different awesome like white removal enchantments and stuff like that. We got to work with what we have, which means that this deck is going to be a little bit slower, a little grindier, and a little bit more interactive with spells rather than enchantments. But that said, we got plenty of enchantments in the deck, so let's run over those. We got Witness Protection, undersung little 1 blue mana aura here that just makes the creature it's attached to lose all abilities, become a 1/1. Now, it's still a legitimate business person. Don't try to take that away from him, right? But doesn't do anything else. If it was a Sheldred in a former life, now it's just a 1/1 businessman. I ordered spaghetti and I got egg noodles and ketchup. The end of Goodfellas. But it's all he is now. Let's move on to Fang of Shigeki. Just a 1/1 death touch. I like this. That's about it. That's really all I have to say. Stasis Field is a 2 mana aura that makes the thing a 0/2 and it loses all other abilities. It doesn't even get to be a legitimate business person, which kind of sucks. But we also play Ghoulish Procession. There's enough removal in this deck to try to make this enchantment work, so why don't we try? Life of Toshiro Yumizawa, we're kind of pushing it with this one, to be honest, but it can be removal. It can be valuable life gain, and eventually it's an enchantment creature. Shigeki, sweet thing, right? Like, has the chance to bring back a bunch of stuff in the deck. But there's also the Meat Hook Massacre, probably the single best enchantment in the entire deck, and can return to the halcyon days of playing Meat Hook Massacre again. That's gonna feel good. I'm gonna like to load up a Meat Hook. Phyrexian Arena, kind of also in the argument for best enchantment in the deck. We need some card draw. Let's play this. Jugon Defends the Temple. You guys know how much I like this card if you watch the channel at all. Big fan of Jugon. Let's see if it can shine here, even with kind of fewish enchantments, right? But I believe the way this is worded, yeah, it's whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control. So we can effectively, we can try to make Kimi like really, really big when it comes into play, and then get in, above non-flying creatures. So that might be a cool little combo tonight. I like it. There's also a Gloom Shrieker in the deck. This card needs a purpose. It seemed really good. It's the new Eternal Witness. Turns out it's like kind of not good. So maybe Brawl is the place for this. It's an enchantment. It's a creature. Let's play it in this deck. We've also got Invasion of Innistrad. It's cool that when you do get the enchantment half of this, you're casting it. So it will work with Tatsunari and stuff like that. And that's kind of cool. It's just a neat card. It's removal. It's boys. Let's try this thing out. Maybe Brawl is the format for it. Aside from that, Tolarian Contempt. I'm hoping Brawl is the format for this. Probably isn't. I should be giving Brawl more credit than this. This card is probably just not good, but I'm just experimenting tonight. I want to try it. It's camp all over again. And we are experimenting. There's also Painful Quandary, which to my understanding, you're just supposed to like play in Brawl. I've looked at a few Brawl lists over the last few weeks because I've been kind of peeking at Brawl every now and again, you know. Just having a little, not trying to be too voyeuristic, but I have a little look every now and again. And I see that this is in a lot of decks that have black in them, which is like most decks in the format. So, sure, let's throw this in. Shelly is in this deck. We'll talk about that in a second. We're going over enchantments right now, Dev. Glorious Sunrise is in here, the 5-mana enchantment. Why not? It goes pretty over the top, does a bunch of cool stuff. Let's give it a shot. Colossal Sky Turtle has some cool connotations. You know, it's got like 2 spell modes on it, kind of a modal thing. But we can also just cast it as a big flying doofus later on in the game. And it gets in for 6 and stuff. It's not too bad. But that's all the enchantments in the deck. The rest of the stuff is just strong stuff. You see, here's an important lesson. If you take nothing else from this deck tech, or this probably hour-long video at this point if you're watching it on YouTube, this 2-hour-long stream if you're watching it on Twitch, this is what I want you to understand. I'm trying to grow and develop as a Commander player, and sometimes that remembers playing stuff that can win the game if you don't get your Commander. It's kind of important some of the time because Tatsunari Toad Rider is probably just not going to get the job done for us 11 times out of 10, somewhere in the ballpark, right? So I just don't really expect this to win the game most of the time. Maybe it does a little cleanup, right? We got some guys on base, hits that grand salami, takes us home, you know, but I don't think this is going to do all the heavy lifting. We need some other people in the office, right, to actually bring games home. So we've got stuff like Chrome Host Seed Shark in the deck. We play an awful lot of non-creature stuff. This sort of plays along with most of our non-creature enchantments, right? But a lot of our other stuff, like just the removal and planeswalkers that we're playing, is really, really good with. So let's put some bodies on the board with that. We've got Sorin the Mirthless to put some bodies on the board. Again, we use that phrase twice in a row. Feels weird. And also draw cards, things this deck needs to do. Glissa, the 5-mana Glissa. This can kind of bury our opponents in value turn over turn if we're able to engineer a situation where we get 2-3 turns with this in play. That seems really, really good to me. And again, just another way of winning the game and filling the table if we don't get Tatsunari or if it's just not working out. It costs 9 mana because it's been killed too often, right? I didn't mention Cruelty of Gix. It's a good card in the enchantments. Yes, we'll play it. It's awesome. Same thing with Painful Quandary. This is just kind of another way to win the game if we don't get our commander. Vraska, right? This draws cards. This is a removal piece. And technically can win the game in sort of a self-contained way, so I like that about it too. Shigeki, not necessarily win the game, but just get a bunch of cards back that aren't named Tatsunari, right? So again, I'm trying to put my big boy pants on and be a guy that can win games without my commander. Same thing with Glissa Sunslayer. This can just kind of annoy opponents. It's just a strong card they have to deal with. Might not win the game by itself, but a strong card they have to deal with outside of the vacuum of our commander. I think kind of important. Other stuff that might be important in this deck is like Cut Down as a removal piece. Dig Up as just an all-purpose, you know, slices, dices, does all the things. Essence Scatter, mostly to counter, you know, Toxriels and Atalies and Atraxas and other stuff that's at the top of the format. Make Disappear to do the same. Negate to counter important spells, sure. Go for the Throat, removal spell. Infernal Grasp, removal spell. Sheldred's Edict, removal spell. Terra Sunder, removal spell. Hero's Downfall, removal spell, right? So kind of a lot of those in the deck. I haven't brought up Memory Deluge. It draws cards. Sheldred, ridiculous strong threat, just like Glissa, that they have to deal with. And then this 5-mana Sheldred, again, a card that wins the game without having to be our commander. So we got a few of those in the deck, and we'll kind of see how this goes. In terms of the lands, we just have all of the lands we can play. What amazing tech. We're playing against Brawl and Karizev for against Shellfinder here. Opponent Gozos. 3 lands. Some stuff. This is alright. Let's give it a shot. Red source, nothing. That's how I like a game of Magic to start. That's exactly it. I guess I'll play a command tower in Sega. Man, the great unknown. Let's explore Brawl, everybody. I have no idea what this format is. Whatsoever, dude. Swamp. Stasis Field. The Smoldering Egg. I love a format where the first thing I see played is Smoldering Egg. Instantly, amore, man. Command Tower. Here comes Vadric. Huh? Alright, if it's neither day nor night, it becomes day, so it's day now. Lame. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is Vadric's power. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a +1/+1 counter on Vadric. Alright, so You are going to be a perfectly legitimate business person, I'm sure. So let's still no green sources. That's kind of booty. I could Chrome Host or I could Commander. Commander. What do you do, Brawl and Karzev? 3 mana, 2/4 first strike menace. Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, cast a spell with lesser mana value that shares a card type with it from your hand without paying its mana cost. If you don't, create first rate Ragavan, a legendary 2/1 red monkey pirate creature token against haste till end of turn. So let's make Vadric legit and hold up Scatter. Although, of course, I hardly know her. Here comes Barrel. Let's just essence scat that away. I could never do that song. I'm just got man. Alright, so 5 mana to cast. They can just do it again next turn. But you can't get value. Which is what you want. I know you. You silly buns. Why play Magic if you can't get value? What's the point? Alright, Jugan defends is our draw for the turn. Let's go Island. Is it time for the Tatsunari? We don't get any value. It just sucks. I love value too. I'm a sucker for that. I guess we do theoretically want a creature in play from when we play Jugan. So, again, theoretically, Tatsunari will give us value. It just has to survive till next turn, and like I don't know that it will. I might also want to play Glissa next turn. You know? These are all just thoughts I'm having. Terrible thoughts. let's pass it up. We play Tatsy. We play Tats. Lovely Tats. And say what's up to Barrel. Let's see what they do this turn. Queen Barrel. A veiled Sailor Moon reference. What will he say next? What does our opponent, Shellfinder, have in store for us this turn as their hand flashes and they look at our Tatsunari? They could easily lightning strike it off the board and attack for 1. Although that would be boring. They play a land and Brawl and Karzev. That's how we do it. That's how we know we're in Brawl. I love it. We draw Swamp for the turn. Let's play that card. Why not? Alright, so Glissa. Glissy is looking pretty glissy, but like I gotta play Jugan Defends, right? Like come on, man. Come on. Now the actual thing that I could do here is just play Otawara next turn when they Brawl, right? Whenever you cast your first instant or sorcery spell each turn, you may cast a blah blah blah. Okay, so I would actually want to Otawara right now, which again is just incredibly boring. It's so boring to do that. I might actually be giving them a chance to get value if they let it go back to their hand. So let's just do what we're here to do and then see what they do. You know? Oh, I can still Otawara. I can still... Oh, it's sick. All right. All right. That's good news. So what if I just did that? What if I just Otawara now? You can tell I've been playing Pokemon for a week and not brushing up on my Magic. So now we get in. Come on, Tatsu. Let's potato him for 3 here. Probably. Come on, Shelly. Shellfinder. Come on, buddy. They're tapped out. Come on, man. I'm going to block with an egg and then, like, get it back somehow. Block with Vadric, get it back. These are just thoughts. You don't have to do what I tell you to do. It's whatever. You know. I swear I haven't been roping you on purpose. I've been roping because I don't know how to play Magic. It's like 9/10 of it, let's be honest. Oh, we should make Sir Conrad. Dude, they should just reprint Sir Conrad in exactly the same form. That'll be awesome. I miss him. I miss my man. I've gotten some sort of... Dude. Oh, it's because my phone's at 5%. I knew that. You don't think I know that? You don't have haste? No, you don't. That's cool. But you can still double up on something. Or get an orangutan. Or whatever Ragavan is. Like a spider monkey or something? I'm not really sure. Light up the night, the Tatsu. Alright. Reckless Impulse. Wait, what? Yeah, take action. Huh? Huh? Okay. Jigen defends. Targets up to 2 creatures. We got a 4/4 Frog. That's nice. Lawnmower Waste. We draw a bunch of lands. I guess it's the same as our opponent, though. 6 and 6. They have 2 cards. We have 2 cards. This means they're playing Planeswalkers. So do you get to play these until your next turn or something? So there's really no reason to play our commander because they have Volcanic Spite. I guess now would be a good time to play Glissa and just like see if they can answer that, you know what I mean? Yeah. We actually have 7 mana. It's kind of cool, but doesn't do much. Swing in with this frog. What you gonna do, frog man? It's gonna get blocked by Vadric. Stay at starting life total. Let's just Glissa. Because if we play Tatsunari next turn, we're not getting value off Chrome Host, so this is probably right to start filling up the board. Should have played Glissa first if that's what I was gonna do that turn. But I'm trying to be a Magic player. You're supposed to always attack first, right? Right. Puppet Stitcher! Alright, that's really cool. They kill our 2/2 that can make mana. Whatever. They get their 2/2 and they get their Ragavan. It's all coming together, boys. It's all coming together. I told you I didn't know how to play Magic, by the way. Listen. Life of Toshiro. Oh, we can get some value this turn. Told you how much I like value. We can get oodles of value, baby. Can actually even pump this Seed Shark by 1. If they let us have... Oh, come on, dude. Don't counter it. That'd be stupid. That'd be so lame if you can. Oh, that's so... Dude, that's balls. So are you going to sack something, or... What's up? Yeah, okay, they did. Cool. Alright, that's... Man, it's... Butts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So... I guess we can kill Ragavan. I don't know if that's worth it with this life of Toshiro. That's what I'm babbling about. Block with these 2, and that still doesn't kill this guy, so... You can double block here and kill him, but you lose both these guys. I'm like, do you want to do that? Probably not. Let's still play life now. I was thinking about, saving life of Toshiro for next turn. So maybe we draw untapped land, we play Tatsunari into life of Toshiro, but... Let's just play it now. Yeah, incubate X device. Slam in. Da-da-da. Da-da-da. Let the boys be boys. I go to 17. Okay. We're going to take some damage this turn, I assume. Puppet Stitcher's so good, dude. 2 cards in their hand. Explosive Singularity, the Glissa. Dude, that is hot. That's making me sweat. Whew. Got the vapors. Alright, so... Let's see the battlefield. We can kill that Ragavan? Yeah, I guess we can. Is that correct, you know? Yeah, sure. Kill it with life at Toshiro, and then we get a Shelly. That's good. That's pretty good. Pay X! Sure, I'll take that action. Get a 6, 7 Shelly or something? Like, you know, could be worse. And then I'm slamming, man. I'm slamming and jamming that jam. They go to 11. They can transform Stitcher here, which is a little booty, and they do, yeah. They lose 2, they go to 9. Sitting pretty, but it doesn't have to last forever. Here comes Arcane Bombardment. Great. Googly moogly. Meat Hook Massacre. Okay. I do like that. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Kill our own guy if we did that. Yeah, I say pump by 1. And then we massacre for 3. Hopefully I didn't lose some math or screw up some math on this one. Go to 7. We attack with a 3/4 Shelly and a 1/1 Frog. But their Brawl and Cowries has a -1/1. They only have one card in their hand too, but if they get a turn with with Arcane Bombardment, let's see what happens. Alright, so they get to draw. Poppet Stitcher becomes a dude again. They go to 1 off of Shelly. We still have 2 Incubator tokens in play too, so like maybe we can make something happen. Maybe. They go to 1. They do it. All their mana open. Bombardment in play. Kill this Shieldred is the mission at the moment. Abrade a token. Copy it. Volcanic Spite. Not copy it, but get a thing to play. So they spite the 4/4, interestingly. The Toad token. But they drew a card, so they lose life. Sorry. Sorry, friend. Okay, so we won our first game of the night up against Brawl and Kari Zeb, which I understand is a deck in Brawl. Like, it's a real one. It's nuts. That's so nuts, though. That was a good setup there. They barely got to their good setup. But they weren't going to kill the Shelly that turn, so... I just still feel like they should have abraded the Shelly, but... You know, that's the thing. The mission I felt like was kill the Shelly, but if they do that, they do still have to deal with these tokens and have blockers, and Decay tokens can't do that. And they still have issues, but still, it's overall really, really good. Of course, if they do that, right? Whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, so they can't even really kill one of our guys. They can't do that. Just, woo, woo, big stuff, big stuff. Opponent goes first. 3 lands, playable cards. Let's try and make it work. Start on Backwater. Go with Dark Slick next. Cascade 3. Options. Children's Edicts. Arena on 3, perhaps. Maybe Tatsunari on 3 if we feel like it's safe. Into Arena on 4. We'll see about it. Opponent has decided to play. They are Rain, and they are playing Urabrask over there. Or Urabrask. But don't call me names, alright? I love the Sword of the Rings, like, background, dude. Alright, Bank Buster, turn 2. I get the feeling this Urabrask deck is about to go buck wild, man. I really do. End the turn. Oh, wow, they're gonna spend their turn drawing off Bank Buster. Maybe they're landlocked. Which should be the turn, by the way. They find a land one way or the other. Do you do anything right now? Each opponent sacrifices a non-token planeswalker creature token. No, you don't do anything, so get out of here. Jungle Hollow is our draw. Let's Cascade. So we gotta clean some dishes. Alright, so they're mono red. They're gonna spend their next turn playing Urabrask or killing the Tatsunari. I guess let's find out together. Let's play Tatsunari. Can't... In Standard, you cannot kill this right now with this mana. Can you? You can Voltage Surge. Yep. I'm always forgetting something. Alright, so they surge it away. Yes, I'll move my commander to the command zone. Oof. I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Here comes Fable of the Mirror Breaker. They do appear to be mana screwed. We'll play Jungle Hollow. Gain our life. Yugon defends. Do I want a Shelly? Or, you know, Sheldred's Edict away the token, really. I don't really want them to ramp. Not at all. Let's just pass turn. See what they discard. Brotherhood's End is what they pitch. Just the one. Play their land for turn. Here they come. Haven't played Magic in too long. I didn't Sheldred's Edict at the right time. Sack a creature token, but you'll still get your treasure because I'm a big doofus. It's all in good fun. This is Brawl. Who cares? They reckless handling. We're going to see something cool here. They search for a glittering stockpile. Dude, what are you up to? I love it. I love it, baby. Alright, they play the stockpile via the treasure. Alright. I can get down with that. I'm awesome. All right. So feels like a reprieve, but I'm not sure that it is. Once they play this Urabras, maybe we just lock it on the board with the stasis field. That'll feel nice. That'll feel real nice. Maybe I want to save the invasion for that, right? But, for now, I think we arena. See where it goes from there, you know? They're going to get reflection this turn. Maybe we stasis field that. I don't think they're going to really have any way of dealing with enchantments, which is comforting. Mechanized Warfare is the play this turn. Neat. Neato Burrito. They still have 3 mana, which they do nothing with. That's very good. Alright. We draw 2 lands. Throw down Death Cap. We got Glorious Sunrise, man. That feels good right here, I think. Although I should probably do something about this reflection. They only have 2 cards in their hand. So there's that. Let's just say that. Flaring Contempt seems interesting here, but it's just 5 mana to bounce at reflections. Not great. Could always Invasion, and that actually sounds kind of interesting. Let's defend the temple into Stasis Field, right? Yeah, let's try that one. This will probably coax some removal out of their hands so that we don't get a counter on anything next turn. People just can't help. They just love doing that. 7 mana in total. In toto. 8 now, but they pass turn. Alright. Arena draws us Forest. Then we get a Yavimaya. Wow. Boy. Drawing 4 lands in the last 4 draws. Feels good. Let's go to the coast for our land drop. Seven total mana. We can't do much with that, though. Let's be honest. We could always go Tatsunari into a dry meat hook, but it like, feels terrible. Pretty sure. Maybe we just Tatsunari and make it a 5/5. Or apparently a 4/4, rather. They're a lot more capable of killing that, I think. What if? Let's Glorious Sunrise. That's just correct. So let's, at the beginning of combat on our turn, can we play anything if we get that 3 mana? No, not really. Draw a card of control, we don't. Let's just go +1/+1 tramps. Get in. Still kind of setting up. And you can tell that I've not played Magic in a while. 9 mana in total. They drop a land that's 10. So might have to worry about Portal, something like that. Nope, here comes Brasky boy. Bill Brasky. And they have mana to work. So let's see what happens. Twinferno. Copy their next spell. Hexgold Slash, whatever the hell that is. That's a mana their way. Let's watch your Brask work here. Still have a card. Abrade their own Brasky. I love it. Does that turn him over? Yes, it does. Now we have to deal with an enchantment. 3 damage to me. What else do you do? Create 3 treasures till end of turn you may cast an instant. You may cast instant and sorcery spells from any graveyard. If a spell cast this way will be put in a graveyard. Exile it instead. Exile the great work and return to the battlefield. So we have an Edict. They are looking at their cards too. They have a Braid, Twinferno, Hexgold Slash, Reckless, blah blah blah. Is it just you can cast instants and sorceries? Do they have a way to like kill us in here? Hexgold Slash, target creature. Inferno, Big Score, Brotherhood's End, Voltage Search. So no, not really. Let's play Black Source. Sheldred. We pay the X. We're paying 3 here. Yeah. $7/8 Shelly is pretty good against mono red, probably. Let's gain the 3, I think. Draw a card would be decent there, especially considering it gains us 2 life. That'd have been better. That'd have been better, Dev. Oh, wow. Wow, they pass again, man. Well, so far, we haven't gotten anything, dang it, that busts an artifact or enchantment. That would be really nice to get, like, Tear Asunder there, but we haven't. We have failed to draw it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. So, Tatsunari plus Shigeki or Gloom Shrieker, but Shrieker doesn't do anything. It doesn't get anything back. But we could always Tatsunari, just make it big, you know? However, I'd like to save 4 mana. What does that allow us to do? Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. So let's just probably go +1/+1 in Tramps. Bang in. Take the block, but that we're still going to trample over. They go to 10. We're 20. Let's just hold up the invasion. Shelly pops them. They go to 8. Alright, sucks that we have to let that go off, but it is what it is. Holding up invasion. Holding up invasion. Holding up invasion. Hope you can cast all of these spells at instant speed. Most of them you can. So there's that. Actually, all of them except Brotherhood's in. But they can cast, can they cast, is that how it's worded? Can they cast Sheldred's Edict? I don't know, I guess we'll find out together again. A big score. That seems fine. Yeah, you take a bunch of damage from Shelly there. For the big score, kid. Still have 9, 10, 11, something like that. A bunch of mana. All the mana they could ever want. I wonder if we should have, like, gained 3 life last turn. Off the Glorious Sunrise. I wonder if they can just burn us to death. Twinferno, kill you. Here's Twinferno. Urbrass does the damage. Mechanized Warfare is doing work, baby. Full charge. Okay, come on, opponent. Let's go. Let's go. I believe in you. You go to 10. 4. 3 go to 6. Come on, buddy. You can do it. They Volt Charge. They just continue Volt Charging. Does it not exile the thing after you cast it? Does it not exile the thing after you cast it? Does it not? I guess maybe it doesn't. Oh, it does. They just have a million Volt Charges. Good game, opponent, dude. That was fun. That was super fun to see Urbrass go off. Man, if we'd have had 1 turn. The old saying. Dude, Rain, if you're out there, that was a great game, man. Go first. No blue in our opener, but we can still manage with this. Let's just pull up Swamp. Load up cutdown.exe. See if we have to double click. No, okay. Opponent is on Catilda Dawnheart Prime over there. Say what's up to Gaxer for me. I think I'll Procession. You are just a 1/1. Yeah, okay, so maybe Life of Toshiro is what we want to be doing here. So let's set that up with Ghoulish Procession, Sego. And hopefully they just play their Catilda. That would be great. Yeah, sweet. So, awesome. Let's play Swamp. Life of Toshiro. Kill Tilda. Sorry. Kill Tilda with Danny DeVito. Rhea Perlman. We get our 2/2. Now we can plie. Because we have a 2/2. Third land for opponent is Plains. They go Augur of Autumn. God. Well, we really couldn't have a better start than this, but let's see if we can finish. Ghoulish Procession triggers again. That's just great. Sorin the Mirthless, but we need lands to play these things. Let's Tatsu with this hole in our mana. Bang in for 6. But look, that's our whole start, man. Apart from this, we got to start actually, you know, doing things now. See if we get outpaced here. 4th turn. Opponent goes Lauren. Takes out. Scared of the procession. Yeah, they take it out. Nice, nice, nice. Lauren's really good against us too, so that's a fine card for them to use it on. Let's Forest. Pretty good time to get that. You know, I could Gloom Shrieker the Procession back to my hand, and that seems fine. Soren seems really good too, though. But I don't think we actually have to play Soren yet. I like the idea of getting value here. So let's Gloom Shrieker Procession, because we know that they do not like it. Bang in with Tatsunari. Rolls in. Put him at 16. I like your sleeves, dude. I've just never seen them that I can remember, so good job. 4th mana for opponent. Yeah, I guess that's right. I couldn't remember if they had mana last turn or not. Now I still can't. Sereth. Everything besides Sereth has hexproof. They're setting something up. I guess it's just more Catilda shenanigans. So, cool. Swamp. We still don't have any blue mana, which is just tragic, you know? I would really like to be able to get in. I would like so badly to be able to get in. So I think we just do it. Yeah. I think we set up Procession now. Drain them. For what it's worth. Hope I'm not a turn behind on the Soren. Like, this turn feels like the Soren turn, you know? Target a frog at control. And just get in with the boys. Bebop and Rocksteady. Tapped out. Can't block. Let's go. Does this guy have reach and I just didn't know that? No, he doesn't. Good. Very good. See if we can just ride this for the rest of the game. Alright, so we both draw. We get a Shipwreck March. That is blue mana. That's awesome. 5th mana for opponent. They still have 6 cards in their hand, man. They can do all kinds of crazy stuff. Especially if they do opt to Catilda. They still have 3 mana open effectively, right? Yeah. But they'd have to tap down for that, and they really don't want to do that at this stage in the game, so I think their options are a little limited. We'll see. They do take anything out, we get Procession tokens, so just kind of wait and see what happens here. We might be able to close. How was Contempt worded exactly? At the beginning of your end step. Okay. Cool. We won't be able to Contempt next turn, but we can Protection and Soren. That might be a good line. Siege Veteran. Okay. That's how you're spending your mana. Unruly Mob. Ooh. Alright, she's just trying to shell up. Shell up and get the hell up. So they're going to put this counter from Vet on Lowran. We get a Sheldred the Apocalypse. That feels good, man. That does feel pretty good. So we have to Protection the Sereth, but who cares? It's fine. Wait, do we do this? 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't do this. This is not what we do. We just play Sheldred. We just do that. Can't do nothing. Can't do nothing. And then we Tatsunari, target the frog. Now we're gonna get it, now we're gonna get it now. And this will put him at 3. Bang, and then Sheldred will theoretically put him at 1. Yeah, they can't. Don't Lauren. I would have loved if they'd have Lauren. That would have been so awesome. 1, it's not sewed up, though, yet. They play Catilda. That's all their mana, almost. I don't know. They still have 6, theoretically. I don't know about it though, Chief. Yeah, sorry, Gaxer. It was a fine game, man. We just got to like really do the thing with Tatsunari. I said like a million times during the deck tech, like Tatsunari can't win a game by himself. You got to do other stuff. But like, nah, man, Shouldred put in a little bit of work, and our start was sick, so that helped too. But good game.